We're back, people, and today we're bringing up film on Raheem Mostert, Miami Dolphins running back. He was the biggest bright spot for the team on offense against the Jets. He just looked really explosive, very decisive decision making, and McDaniel was just in his bag when it came to calling running plays, just with the elite angles, creating leverage advantages, and then getting Mostert's speed and acceleration, just get downfield, capture the edge, make one cut and go, and he just made a huge difference in that area. And I think going into the future parts of the season, Mostert will be the number one back on the team, and he'll really help the offense, especially in the passing game once Tua returns. Love the concept, love the play call from McDaniel, getting Mostert on the edge. He's one of the fastest players in the league. He's just such a smooth accelerator. Getting him tight aligned here, almost like an off-ball tight end, and getting him the jet sweep. And then you just have a beautiful call here, setting this up. And you basically get him one-on-one with the edge in space, and he just has to get around the edge, and the edge doesn't. This player right here is not able to force Mostert back to the inside. Catches him off guard. He just takes a step upfield, and that's all Mostert needs to adjust his angle slightly to the outside, and then beat Mosley in space, runs through the arm tackle, shows off some nice contact balance. He has really nice contact balance once he's accelerating. He does a good job maintaining his speed through contact there, and then getting the first touchdown of the game for the Dolphins. And definitely one of the best players that I watched film on this week for them. The biggest difference that Mostert is bringing is even when the blocks aren't the best, he's doing a pretty good job creating, picking up as many yards as you can here. One of the D tackles here, he penetrates instantly, angled, misses him. I really actually like this concept right here, getting this pitch. They've just done so many different variations off the pitch, usually making it look like it's usually just an outside zone, getting angled on the edge, but now they turn it into like a trap and a wham concept, letting this D tackle and this D tackle shoot upfield, get the trap. Hunt does a good job here, but Angle just whiffs. If he hits this, there's a huge hole for here for him, but he misses the D tackle. It is a tough ask for your fullback to take a D tackle one-on-one in space, but he's supposed to catch him off guard. D tackle does a good job, and now he's completely in control of the gap, and Mostert does a good job of making him miss and then maximizing his yardage, getting upfield, and then at least picking up a few yards on the play. Overall, love the unique concepts that McDaniel keeps using because he's had so many variations. Motion the fullback out, and then you bring him back. He could either go outside, capture the edge, be like the guy who forces the edge defender back to the inside, bring him back and make it almost like a split zone Zorro type of thing. And then this time they turn into a trap wham, and it could have been a big play if Angle cut him off. And then you had these guys out in space, and it would have been one-on-one with this safety here. But he does a good job at least creating when there is penetration. So yeah, that's a big sign that he definitely should be the number one if you're able to create when things don't always go the right way. Another good play from Mostert, creating using like the jet sweep motion to the split zone with the running back. And I believe this is Brandon Shell, the left tackle who came in for Armstead. He gets beat right away, so there's instant penetration, which ruins pretty much everything. So he has to just create on his own, be creative off this. Good cut here. You can see the lower body flexion, good fluidity in his foot. You point the toe for where you want to go, make this cut, and then you're now squared up with this DB. Use that stiff arm, keep your feet up, pick up your feet, and then get to the outside. Hill's able to cut it up, and he shows off that burst to get in between those guys, pick up extra yards. Just love how fluid he is playing this game, and he's got some underrated core strength and contact balance. Like, he's not going to run anyone over with overpowering people like play strength, but he has the core strength, contact balance to stay up, especially working through these arm tackles, and then he just has that extra gear to pick up these extra yards, which are very valuable to an offense. Love the play call from McDaniel. Get the motion out. Get Sherfield in a perfect position to get a nice crackback on the edge. Skyler gets exactly what he likes, so he's changing this to this pitch out to Mostert. Get the ball out in space to your playmakers. This is how you maximize your running backs especially. Sherfield is able to get just enough, force the edge to the inside, and then he has all this space to the outside. Wide receivers do a pretty good job blocking, and you can just see how explosive he is in space with his quick little cuts. He's very decisive with the ball in his hands, and I just love this addition to the team. I know Chase Edmonds hasn't quite worked out yet the way most Dolphins fans were hoping, and Mike McDaniel. I think mainly Edmonds actually been pretty solid rushing the ball. Just problems drop with the drops, which is surprising. I wouldn't give up on him just yet, though. Myles Gaskin also had a pretty good game here. Got to give also some credit to the offensive line. Overall, they definitely were good run blocking in this game. Pass blocking, different story, but that is to be expected with the injuries. But overall, love what they did with the running game, giving Mostert space. This was definitely a collective effort with the team, the coaching, the play calling, and Mostert getting them all these yards. Mostert, not really known for being a receiver out of the backfield, but he's been pretty solid in this area this season. Just sort of sneaking out, not really running routes, but getting the ball, catching the ball with his hands. Show some good fluidity, natural hand catching here. Once you have to fully flip your hips and catch the ball at the same time, so he does a really good job positioning his body here off the hip flip to get upfield right away, and then get this as close to the end zone as possible, getting it down to the 1, which this is converted to a Durham Smythe QB sneak the next play. So just high IQ and nice athleticism and natural hand catching to catch this smoothly, get upfield, take a hit right after, and almost get this into the end zone. So I do like the added ability he's bringing as a receiver out of the backfield. Not too much with like the route running, but just as a natural hand catcher, someone you can rely on in the check down. Mostert obviously has a lot of experience running a lot of these types of plays coming from San Francisco, and he just loves working off a lead back, a lead fullback. Just big hole opened up here. Great work up front. Robert Hunt, everybody, and he sees this open up and he just hits it instantly. Very decisive, good vision, pretty easy read. So this is just more impressive from the O-line. Especially look at this combo from Williams and Hunt climbing to the second level. They do a good job. Hunt allows Williams to get across the face of the D tackle, and once Williams gets in complete control, he climbs the second level. Mosley then has to force his angle a little bit to the outside. Hunt just squares him up, takes him. Good job by Angle going out, taking the safety, first guy that he can find, and then Mostert just has this huge gap. He gets skinny in the hole, hits this hard, and has that acceleration so the D tackles can't get any hands on him, and then he picks up just a nice 20 yards out in space. Love that instant burst through the hole. Definitely a valuable trait for a running back to have. Working outside zone, Mostert's reads have been pretty solid this year. Able to read this right here, the penetration from the linebacker here, Mosley, sees him shooting the gap. He's already readjusting his angle, sticking the foot in the ground. You can see the lower body flexion, the lean that he's playing with. Stick it, get upfield, and then readjust to your path, seeing that the safety is going to scrape over the top, or that might be a linebacker. But seeing this second level, third level defender scrape over the top, he's reading that, predicting that, anticipating that. So he tries to readjust that angle to just pick up as many yards, and then dropping your shoulder, getting into it. But just seeing things before they happen, really good job anticipating, processing everything. Knowing that the guy's going to scrape over the top, he's trying to see that happen. Tries to adjust his angle to get back outside to the right of the tackle, but it's just not enough time for that. But the fact that he was able to even see that before he went back over the top of the offensive tackle and the defensive tackle just shows that he understands what he's looking at, understands what linebackers are trying to do, and that those could lead to bigger plays later on if it's just slightly worked better by the O-line and him timing-wise. But overall, really like what I saw from Mostert in this game. Last play that I want to break down on Mostert, just a quick little show of his footwork here. Recognize the penetration, quick feet, readjust his line there. He does a really good job of maximizing the footwork, taking the least amount of steps that needs possible with quick feet, keeps his feet close to the ground, low, exactly what you want to see, and then stays tight as he can to this because he wants to get back on his line out here, sees everything well, good vision, just understands what he's supposed to be doing here, Mostert just understands what he's supposed to be doing on every given play. When things are blown up instantly, he can get back on his line like that, readjust, make adjustments on the fly by being creative, but also still trying to do your job, get back on the landmark of what the play is trying to do, and maximize your yardage on every play. Mostert does a pretty good job on that, and that's a very important thing that you need to know in McDaniel's scheme. You can tell he's just a veteran player and has played in this for years. That's why he's so important to this offense. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.